Okay.
Yeah.
So you like?
We got it.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, so the reason you got wrecked, though, I don't think it was anything that you did besides getting caught at stage 1, right? That's never ideal with any monster. So the fact that you didn't in the second game, I think goes to show that, like, if you can get away, you can get up to stage 2, you get that armor up, you can then push onto the hunters and make it an even fight.
Yeah, it's really nothing, like, honestly, sneaking. The only one time I snuck is when I snuck right below them and got, like, some more distance. It's all about just getting distance away from them, because when they catch you, it can be really, really hard to actually shake the hunters because of your size. And if they have, if they have a trapper that's worth their salt, it'll be really easy to track you down and stuff. So
absolutely.
It's all about distance.
We're gonna switch up monster players here. We're gonna have Bunny on the mic, Prodigy X on the sticks.
He's way better than me, so this is actually gonna be really good. So
Excited to see this here.
I just hyped you up a lot, so if you lose now, you lose all credibility.
Same hunters, same roles for the hunters.
I like the tongue grab.
Vernotis on assault.
I really do like the tongue grab start. That's like the first time I've ever.
Junior Robo on support. Ghost Robo on the medic. And your trapper extraordinaire, Fairlight Excalibur. Are you hyped, bro? Is that what took you out the last game, Blitz Leopards? Double Blitz Leopard in the last game. GG Blitz Leopard.
That's why you died? It was 2 Blitz Leopards and I was Oh, that's too unfortunate.
Sheer problems.
That's just unfortunate. Yeah,
So we're going to be at the... Sorry to interrupt you there.
Fine,
My
ahead.
apologies. We're going to be at the Fusion Plant. Super throwback map. Very excited to see here. Behemoth versus the Hunters. Take it away.
Lazarus seems to be the biggest counter towards Behemoth. I always pick Lazarus against like Wraith and Kraken and things like that that really just prioritize multiple people at once. But for the Goliath, it seems like he has a lot of trouble with Lazarus just because he's so slow moving and a lot of his moves has a lot of wind up, and I don't know if they talked about it, but his headshot isn't actually on his head, it's on his stomach. He has all these little guts and goopy stuff hanging out of his stomach, so every time he rears up to do like his Fisher or his tongue grab, you can see his stomach and get a bunch of headshots and bonus damage. And it takes a few seconds, so with Lazarus, it's really hard to kind of punish a dead body and try to eat it and stuff like that, because you'll take a lot of punishment for it, so it's kind of like a high risk, high reward type thing when it comes to Lazarus, so we're still trying to figure out ways to get around the whole Lazzy thing and his annoyance. Yeah, Behemoth is definitely the fastest monster right now to get across the map. That's why momentum and just speed and putting space between you and the monster. Also, I saw a few people talking about the wall breaking when I was playing. If the wall is, use your wall like right in front of yourself, it'll break out, and the length that you are, that part of the wall will be broken. Same thing with hunters. But it doesn't actually break the wall, it just pops them up. So you gotta be careful to not use the rock wall too close to yourself, or you'll just leave a big gaping hole, which I did multiple times in it, and they were able to punish me and stuff like that. Yeah, there will be skins in Behemoth.
Behemoth will have skins. I'm excited to see those.
I had a little sneak peek one earlier. It looked really cool. It's awesome. It really is about putting between you and the hunters, and it's also going to be very map. If you get a smaller map, playing with Behemoth is not going to be the best idea. It's really just going to be situational and that type of thing. Probably just going to try to put some distance between him and the hunters right now, but he has a tracking dart on him, so it's going to make it hard. like I said, any trapper with their salt and actually using their abilities is gonna make it a real hard time for the Behemoth.
Yeah, doing a great job moving along, getting sniped by Lazarus from long distance, but still, that's across that pit of death, as I like to call it. So definitely gaining some good ground there between them. They need to try and use their jetpacks and manage those jetpacks across those rock pillars back there, or try and work their way up from all the way from in the bottom. So this is a good move to go back and forth over that pit there as the monster. As the hunters, I recommend that no one ever fights in that pit of death. We do have an elite tyrant here that's going to be a health regeneration buff. It's a tough fight though with the abilities that he has at the moment.
Yeah, he took a ton of shield damage.
Massive
now.
melee attacks from the Behemoth. Just not enough right now.
Let everyone know they are working on my mic. I realize I'm saying that in a mic that you guys can't really hear, but you can hear me. They're working on the mic sounds and bumping up the audio, so sorry about that.
That's a good rock wall, good separation there. You've seen the stasis grenades coming in.
Like we said before, getting caught out with the Behemoth is not ideal. You really want to have at least stage 2 before you really start fighting, honestly, unless you get some really good early buffs. Also, climbing up your own rock wall is something we figured out today, actually, I think. And it actually turns out it's actually pretty good. It works really well to just drop on unsuspecting hunters that don't expect you to jump or just fall from the sky, but it doesn't really work when you're attacked by Abe.
Yeah, so doing a great job so far, just, you know, trying to survive, trying to stay alive in this dome with no armor, little health, just using that rock wall as much as possible to create separation. But yeah, this is a very long dome. The dome
unfortunate first game. That went as good as my last
but not
one.
before the death of the monster.
Or as good as my first one. So let's hope the second game is exactly the same as mine, and he can pull out a win. Like we said, we're all brand new to the character, so we're all still learning and things like that, what not to do and things, and how to properly use abilities and things like that.
Showing a great job of it so far, and that's what I was getting at earlier, is that you guys bring a very high-level understanding of the game in general to checking out these new players. So, well, you're not going to have the easiest time mastering it immediately. At the same time, you know how to adapt after having a tough game like that. Yeah,
it's a completely different monster. Like, the first 3 lineup of monsters, you can kind of play the same, play sneaky, play safe, and stay back and stuff like that. But with the Behemoth, you really just have to be on the ball all the time and momentum and everything. And it's especially with the abilities, that everything's very direct and skill shot based, and they really aren't forgiving with that kind of stuff. So it's very different. Show Vern. Hey Vern, come say Vern. Wave to the face cam. Someone asked for you. So I don't know. I don't see his name. Go say hi. Say here. Hey
everyone.
There's Vern.
They got me pushed in a corner.
Because we don't like him. He smells bad. Hey Brandon, that was for you. I didn't even know you were in here, but that was for you, Brandon. I love you.
Can't get it with the crew today.
Get it on the ball? God damn it.
For those of you just joining us, we are coming at you live from the 2K live room, bringing Evolve, Behemoth, Vern Notice, Ghost Robo, Junior Robo, Fairlight, Bunny, and Prodigy X. You guys having fun so far? It's been a good trip?
Fantastic time.
Awesome.
It has been awesome.
Really good to have you guys.
Really good experience, since I love this game so much. To actually, be one of its own bases, anyway.
Sure.
Not actually TRS, but it's been a really humbling experience.
That's the next trip, maybe.
Yeah, hopefully. Yeah, put me down. But you guys have been awesome to us. You guys are just amazing people, and it's always cool to see the people behind that actually make the awesome games that we play on stream and promote and stuff like that.
Let's see what we got here. So already seeing some cool new tip screens, some new loading screens. We got behemoths, all kinds of good stuff.
No, same. Okay. So he's still starting with 2 wall, 1 tongue, right? Okay.
2 wall, 1 tongue.
Only 1 tongue.
Yeah, shout out to Pitfall and Darren in the chat. Thanks for helping us answer questions in there. And a big shout out to James and Tom
I saw Brandon
for doing
in there
what
as well.
they do, as well as Nick. Nick is the MVP of off-camera.
I don't know about Nick yet. I'm still on the wire about him.
Bunny on the fence with Nick. As many of you remember from the PAX East Pro-Am, there was a fiasco where we had to restart a game because of some wonky controller additions, which I don't blame Nick for, but...
No, but they're all really good dudes here. And dudettes, I guess.
Yeah, we have those too.
I can't exclude those.
We have all the...
I actually finally got to really chat with Chloe yesterday,
Yeah.
which I've only really met in passing. She's awesome. Very passionate.
So back on Fusion Plant here, but a different story so far. We do have full armor, full health, and the potential to get up to stage 2, which is ideal in this situation.
Who's their trapper?
I heard somebody say something about Daisy, so I believe we have
is it
Maggie and Daisy.
Okay. Yeah. Maggie's just a
What a nice hit
heinous
right there.
crime to
That's that
any
melee damage that you have with
monster
Behemoth. You're able to take
that
out so many
goddamn
minions.
superhero known as Daisy.
I wasn't even close to evolve, so that's why they punished, and I had to still try to feed on other creatures.
Right,
Now I have to
it's
do
not
it-
just getting caught at stage 1, it's where you are with that evolve meter, where you are with your armor and with your health. And if you get caught really early, it's really tough to come back from. Which is why we play our best of 3s and best of 5s in tournaments.
Like I said before, with Behemoth, sneaking isn't really all that useful, especially when there's a goddamn Maggie and her little pet Daisy. Even though that sneaking... someone asked if Behemoth can't sneak. He can, even though visually it's kind of hard to tell. Like, when I first started playing the Behemoth, I could not tell if I was sneaking or not because he's so big. He doesn't really make a stance change. But yes, he can sneak. And when you see him do that little, like, spin punch move, like what he just did just now, that's actually his pounce. Coolest thing in the world. Because you can also use it as a utility and just close the gap because it's so fast. And the recovery time is really fast. You can just kind of close the gap between you and a hunter that you're chasing as well. Because his move, if you don't have your little... If you don't have your Sonic roll, because his walk speed is slower than all the other monsters.
We did have a switch up on support and assault. Vern is now on support. And looks like Junior Robo is on assault. So those guys switched it up. Wolverina should be going down momentarily.
If you guys have any questions while
Behemoth waiting for that exit.
the gameplay of the monsters going on, feel free to ask and we'll try our best to answer.
And there it goes.
Okay, Dome's down, so he's going to try to get out of here. He has no stamina, unfortunately, but they are lighting him up, so he's going to get that pretty quickly.
Rockwall comes in, separates most of the team. Assault still pushed through. So able to get a bit away from them. And more stamina means more rolling. As we mentioned before, you do pick up speed. And that's that buff I was talking about before. That's that melee Poison's Hunters. Going for the evolution.
Okay, the chat is going really
Behemoth.
fast. So picking out a question was a bad idea.
Behemoth down the hole.
Why would you take the tongue first? We find it better just because the Behemoth has the strongest melee in the game so far. So if you have to get a level 1 fight, or if you can like catch someone out with the tongue rock combo, then you can just beat on them for a little bit. And like I said before, if you can get away from them
Nice.
like as fast as possible, put distance between you, you really shouldn't have to use any of your abilities. And also getting tongue first also helps with feeding, because you can grab creatures from a distance and bring them towards you and make it just easier for you, since you are so slow moving. And you don't want to use all your stamina up just for rolling away and rolling towards, creatures and stuff like that. So you actually can get away from hunters when they find you.
So that's that traversal that Prodigy that has, just as his knowledge of this map, as playing the game, knows that he can go and climb all the way up that factory area, get into the top, and it's very hard for the hunters to follow. Then he realized that he doesn't have a jump with Behemoth, so he rolls as quickly as possible across that gap and then goes right into the climb to get to the other side. Stage 2.
Which Trapper
Plenty
versus
of
Behemoth?
armor.
Right now, what we've seen while we've been playing and testing and stuff, Griffin has been the best, because when he is in a rock ball, when he's rolling around, if Griffin grapples him, the Behemoth can't do anything until he unballs and smacks it. So Griffin has been the best so far for taking down the Behemoth. It's just stopping his movement altogether.
Melting that armor with the damage amplifier from Cabot. And you see the health starting to get hit now as well. Assault, though.
Got a good grab on the Assault.
Close to being out. Gets some nice heals. Kyra doing work from up above.
Kyra doing what she does and being one of the greatest Phoenix ever. For now.
Big roll coming in. Nice dodge. But that's going to do
Got
it.
it down,
Assault's
but
down.
unfortunately is
They
no
should
help.
be able to do enough damage, though, for the
Good
win.
try, good
Hunter
try.
win. So back when we first started showing the game and we had our in-house team playing, we called them our A team. They were like the jam with this game playing. Now that the game's out in the wild,
I'm the only one with a win, and
these
that
are
can't
some
stand.
of the best players out there, and it's just a treat to have them here in the room playing. Stand by with us for a second, guys. We're going to go ahead and get the next game set up. We're going to get some names switched around so you know who's playing. So we're going to back out for a second, and then we'll be right back with you with more Behemoth.
I can't see the chat. I can see the chat.
We do have a camera on those guys. That would probably be pretty cool to show.
Hello, how's it going? We are doing work here as the Hunters and making Behemoth pay, but I'm a little nervous about... Oh, there we are. Hey! How's it going? Who's on Behemoth now? Jesse. All right. I haven't played against Jesse, so maybe he'll pull a different strategy and we'll be in trouble. Yeah. Sounds good.
So I don't really appreciate someone called me a coward in the chat, because I'm the only one with a win so far on stream. So
true.
see me on the streets and I'll buy you a taco or something, because I'm not a violent person. I'm a lover. I love through tacos.
Vern?
Also,
Yes,
Jesse,
sir.
tell
Yes,
us
sir.
your strat
How's it going?
for-
It's going good.
My strategy.
I mean, we had that one slip up against Geo. We kind of let him win
pretend I'm the
because we were
Wraith
feeling bad
and
for him.
just run
But,
away.
you know.
Over us? Are they talking over us?
Yeah, we cut your mic super hard because you're just really bad at this game.
Wow. A lot of aggression coming from that corner. I think it's because he was forced into the corner. That there's it's just negative feelings coming from him.
I can't really say anything to Vern, because he'll just raise my rent, and I can't really I can't fight him back, because he's the house owner. So I really can't do anything.
You do know where he sleeps, though.
I do, and I do have
So-
Jesse, who is pretty much a licensed weapon, so I can stick him on them. But then I have to
I
take care of
guess
the
I was
house and
supposed
stuff.
to press start game at
Yes.
some point,
So,
which I neglected to do.
Behemoth strategy. Run us through what you're gonna do.
I'm getting my mic confiscated.
There you go.
We're gonna start, and then I'm going to run for my life, because my first time playing the Behemoth, I kind of figured, he's a giant tanky dude. Let's sit here and fight, like we mean it. But you kind of have to accept the fact that even though he has more health and more armor than some of the other monsters, you still have to be very, very careful at stage 1, because they will kill you. So you have to run away. Also, I'm curious how this is going to work with a controller.
Oh yeah. So have you ever played a controller?
I've actually I've actually never played Evolve with a controller.
Okay, so real quick, right thumbstick is smell. Click that in. Your buttons are going to be left.
You can click it in.
Yeah, you can click it in. So left bumper, right bumper, Y and X, I believe, are your abilities. Yeah, I'm even having trouble. B is going to be your sneak. Right trigger is going to be your melee. Or is it left trigger that's an ability? I honestly don't remember. Right trigger? Right trigger's melee. Left trigger, okay, left trigger is eat and climb. Left bumper, which are these up here. These bumpers, and then it's Y and X? Y and X are your abilities. Then yeah, A is your roll. It's gonna be fine. You're gonna do great. You're gonna do great. You're going in not knowing what you're doing on a controller, so you're gonna be fine. Yeah, Jesse and I and Vern actually are mainly keyboard and mouse players, so switching to controller has been awful experience-wise, but it's what we got to do for right now. As Monster, anyway. Back there, we have a mouse and keyboard.
Jesse on the sticks, Behemoth versus Vern Notice, Junior Robo, Ghost Robo, and Prodigy X. Prodigy X, you're going medic, so you play a lot of medics, so that's good to see. You guys, some pretty solid medics, man. So how do you determine who's going to play medic on your team when you're on the same team together? I'll start with.
Well, he had me switch medic because he's been playing medic for a while. But it goes back and forth because I do play support. That's like my secondary.
All right, Robo.
We go for who's feeling nicer. Like the medic's a really generous role, so we like make sure we got good compliments going on and see who's in the right mood for medic.
I love it, and support as well. You got to be supportive as a support. Oh man, just a healing personality. I like it. Nicely done, guys. Looks like we're sticking with Vern on assault. Oh, support. Oh, Robo's going assault. Got it. Man, you guys are switching it up very nicely. We got a Trapper and Junior Robo.
So far, he's done a really good job at keeping a distance between him and the Hunter drop, getting some really good food, keeping it running around.
Taking advantage of the fact that the fire tracks, you can't tell which way they're pointing. So if I retrace my steps the exact same way, they can't tell that I've doubled back, unlike the other monsters whose footprints are very specific.
Quality strats from Jesse, as always. If you ever watch this stream, you know he's very analytical about how he plays Monster, and I love it. I'm always just like, I'm going to go over here and smack stuff. Yay. It
Full
usually
armor,
works
full
out.
health, though. Sitting pretty so far.
Yeah,
Hunter's
he's done
nowhere to be seen.
He's done a fantastic job keeping a distance right now.
And I think that's the key to getting that successful stage 2 with no armor, or with full armor, full health as the Behemoth.
And he also just picked up the movement speed buff, which is insanity on the Behemoth. Because when he rolls, he's already fast. And now he is like a rocket ship.
That with the movement speed at the beginning, if that's your character perks collection as well, is just, this guy's going to be dancing all over the place.
Movement is just severely key. I can't stress that enough for when you just jump in first time with Behemoth. It's all about movement. Don't worry about being sneaky. Just get far away.
Fairlight Excalibur on the sticks, playing Behemoth. Bunny on the mic. DB here, as well as Vern Noticed, Ghost Robo, Junior Robo, and Prodigy X now on the Hunter sticks.
We got,
throwing down in the fusion plant.
Level 2 evolve. It sounds like the Hunters are closing in. Let's see if he can get away right now. That movement buff is going to do so much for him.
So this will be fun. Or I'm sorry, Behemoth. I've never actually got into a fight at stage 2 with Behemoth yet, so I'm not quite yet sure what my strategy is going to have to be. I'm actually looking at the top of the screen right now to figure out what commands do what, but I'll have it figured out by the time we get there.
Yesterday we played for a good amount of hours yesterday with the Behemoth, and I think we only had a total of like 4 wins with the Behemoth all day. Together, because we were really just trying to figure things out. and it was just completely different. And
Already seeing the difference here today, though, in how you guys are approaching this, how you guys are approaching the fights, using the abilities, creating that distance when you need to. I think that's really the key with Behemoth, at least that's what I'm seeing so far, is that you need to know when to create distance and know when to actually go in and fight and punish.
It's really easy to tunnel vision and just want to go hit everything. Also, someone asked why we max Rockwall. The more you level up Rockwall, the bigger the width is. It covers and blocks off. So we figured if we have the max Rockwall at level 2, you can pretty much cut off the entire team, especially if you do the tongue Rockwall combo and are able to grab one hunter and then Rockwall yourself completely off from everyone else. You can just pounce on the hunter and just do tons of damage and hopefully get a strike.
Don't forget to follow us. Hit that follow button below. You'll be notified when we go live with Evolve Game Stream. We're also on Twitter as Evolve Game and Facebook as Evolve Game as well. Once again, big shout out to Alienware, NVIDIA, and Turtle Beach for providing such amazing gear and amazing support throughout the development of Evolve and beyond. And last but not least, the biggest and brightest and most badass Behemoth-sized shout out to Brian Roundy.
I personally do love Brian. He's the man.
If you're just joining us, we are playing Behemoth.